Mullet Mad Jack is why I love indie games. No AAA game company would do something this creative and this fun. When you first look at Mullet Mad Jack, I mean, if you can keep up with the game's insane speed, Mullet Mad Jack looks to be a boomer shooter. But if we really look into it, this is actually a spiritual successor to an indie game that came out a few years ago called Post Void. Post Void was this extremely loud, colorful, eye-blindingly fast-paced shooter. In Post Void, your life was attached to your time limit, and by killing enemies, you would earn more time. Mullet Mad Jack is very similar. In Mullet Mad Jack, you have 10 seconds to live. By killing enemies, you will regain some back. Doing different tricks, killing enemies in unique ways, doing a certain combat maneuver, maybe blowing up an enemy, maybe kicking an enemy into a fucking fan. The gameplay loop in Mullet Mad Jack is perfect. Every time I start a new chapter, I'm just fucking locked in until the end. It's hard to break away from this game. I can't really describe the feeling of playing it, but I'll try. You know how in 2D old Sonic games, you build up so much momentum that you can barely tell what's happening on the fucking screen? Now imagine that, looking through Sonic's eyes, except you have a mullet and a gun. Okay, it's not really like Sonic, but you get what I'm saying. This game is fucking fast. It is Sonic the Hedgehog fast. It's so fast that if you have sensitive eyes, like if this is just too much happening, it may not be for you. This game is extremely loud with its art style. It's beautiful. I feel like every time I get done with a session of this game, I have to go quickly run to the bathroom and just flush my eyes out just so that I can blink for the first time in 3 hours. It does so many things right. The art style is fucking perfect. It's got this 90s anime art style. Even though at times you're moving so fucking fast, it's hard to see what's happening, or it's hard to really appreciate the art style because of how quickly you're moving. But those times where you get to slow down for a second and really appreciate the graphics, they are amazing. And the music. This game's got the most boppiest soundtrack you've ever heard. It's so bro. But hold up. That's not it. This game also has got a really entertaining story to go along with it. With great voice acting and entertaining cutscenes. And the animation overall across the board is just great. But yeah, I'll be real, I wasn't expecting to like the characters as much as I did. Yeah, it's not like a super deep story, but man, it was just a good little entertaining story. I loved it from start to finish. It didn't have too much story, and it didn't have no story. It had just the right amount. There's a great variety of weapons here. They have different tiers of level that you're gonna, as you play the game, you're gonna get an upgrade for your weapon. It's gonna change the way it looks slightly, improve its stats and stuff like that. There's I think 3 levels for each of the guns in the game, so you have 3 variants, with the level 3 being the one that you want, because it's pretty much just the best version of that gun. There also are some katanas in the game, melee options. Those are really fun, changes up the feel of the game. Rather than worrying about getting headshots, you're more going around for environmental kills. But if I'm being honest, my personal favorite weapon is the shotgun. Jesus, the shotgun in Mullet Mad Jack. Imagine, the thunder gun from COD Zombies? It's like that, but it's not as powerful. But hey, if the shotgun's not for you, you got other options out there. You got a pistol, an SMG, an AR to go along with it, with its own, upgrades and shit like that. It's really cool. They all feel great. And man, once you get into the groove of this game, you will become hypnotized by the massive amount of dopamine being injected straight into your balls. This game is nuts to butts good. So good, in fact, I did all the achievements. I don't always do that for my games, but the past 2 games I've played, I went ahead and just did all the achievements because they were fun to go after. They weren't grindy. They weren't impossible. They weren't these impossible tasks. They were obtainable. They were actually fun to do. And honestly, if you pick this game up, I feel like you're missing out a lot if you just go in, beat the game once, and then dip. I would highly recommend really getting into the achievements because it really doesn't take that much longer to just go for all of them. And I mean, the game isn't very long. Mullet Mad Jack takes around 3 hours to beat. Maybe 2.5, depending on your experience with shooters. You're supposed to replay the game multiple times on harder difficulties. I would recommend playing the game once on normal, and then bumping the game up to challenging, and then going from there, really trying to master the game and get better at it. Going for 100%, going for the achievements gives you every reason to go back in and kick some ass. Mullet Mad Jack will be in my top games of 2024, like, without a doubt. This game, this video is going to be a lot shorter because, again, I really don't have any problems with it. It's just all good. I just want to stress, this is a fantastic indie game. Great price, great gameplay, great story, great graphics, great everything is like, it's as good as something like this could get. And I cannot stress enough how fucking good Mullet Mad Jack is. And it's only like $20. I don't want your fucking bullshit anymore. I want more Mullet Mad Jack. Peace out, gamers.